Welcome back to Tousi TV, ladies and gentlemen. We have some breaking news coming this time from Minneapolis in Minnesota, as a number of law enforcement officers and ICE agents have been attacked. They have defended themselves, and a suspect has now been shot and eliminated by the law enforcement. There is a chaotic situation right now going on as the left-wing liberal woke mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, is having a meltdown at his press conference and is telling the ICE agents to get the F out of Minneapolis. We're going to show you guys all the videos. It's a bit of a chaotic scene. Just a quick heads up. We will show you the moment that the police and the ICE agents had to take out the attacker. Big shout out to Freedom News, who are on the ground right now. First things first. Explain how this whole thing started. As usual, we had a group of political left-leaning anti-ICE, anti-Americans who were out in Minneapolis. They started gathering. They were not peaceful. They started attacking the law enforcement up to a point where the head of the Border Patrol, Gregory Bovino, had to arrive in central Minnesota, basically, and with the rest of the agents. Massive crowd gathered beginning, and then I'm going to explain what happened the moment the agents had to take out the suspect. So here's there, you can see Gregory there. Everything was fine here. There were just people shouting, which is fine. Then obviously they had to shut down because of the attack. They had to close down the main road of the car who rammed into the ICE agents. It's a mess. Minnesota has been the center of scandal. Saying get the F out.
His mom doesn't love him, his mom doesn't love him, his mom doesn't love him, his mom doesn't.
Now, of course, more officers joined to contain the situation, and then we're going to go and show you guys that moment of the attack.
No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. No ICE, no KKK, no fascist USA. No ICE, no KKK, no fascist.
Again, big shout out to Freedom News for being on the ground. Very annoying. Bring it down.
Fucking neighborhood!
So, essentially,
His mom doesn't love him, his mom doesn't love him, his
a
mom
woman,
doesn't love him, his mom doesn't.
a woman attacked the agents during this largely peaceful protest. She attacked them, rammed her car into them, and then decided to block the road. You're going to see what happens after when the agents go towards her car after she attempted to attack, right? They were still calm. They went. They could have ran. They could have shot them from behind, from the far. They went. They tried to open the car. She resisted, fought back, tried to drive away. Then obviously, as she was a suspect who was resisting, the agents, one of them, took her out. Let's go to that moment. So yeah, they're still very calm here. This is after she's now blocking the road.
No! No! Shit!
And now,
Shit!
there we go.
Oh my fucking god! What
So,
the fuck? What the fuck? You just fucking, what the fuck did you do?
well, don't try to ram into law enforcement officers. It's probably the best thing. And then don't try to like block the road, and don't try to fight back and resist. They have guns. What were you expecting? And all the others who are now shocked on the ground. This is absolutely chaotic. This is some sort of weird liberal mentality in Minnesota. These are the same the brains that are making excuses for Somalians stealing their money. Now, let's go to the aftermath. Then I'm going to explain the reaction from the federal government.
Yeah, I know, man.
I get everyone you guys are mad. We'll do something. You guys are mad.
We're out here doing something. Don't talk to us. Officer fucking reasonable. Officer reasonable. If you can talk to people, just get back to 33rd.
That's where the car is, okay? You can see that's the car. That's afterwards, obviously. And now they're all shocked. It's just insanity. Don't attack the law enforcement.
Flying by me, so I'm like, something's happening over here, so.
And what did you
I'm
see
just
exactly
shaking.
yourself?
I didn't witness, but I talked to several people that witnessed it, and they heard the gunshot. And the one guy said that they reached for her door handle, and then she took off, and then he shot her through the windshield and shot her in the face. So they're taking her on the corner there by ambulance right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here with me.
So, the chaotic scenes, it just gets worse. Again, this is a state controlled by people like Waltz, people like Fry, and many other weirdos. They always tend to pick the sides of anybody or anything that's against America and against their own state and against the American taxpayers. So, obviously, they're going to have to fight with the police and with the Border Patrol and ICE. Obviously. Watch the clashes. F around and find out. That's what you get. Crazy people. Crazy. Anyway. It's just insanity. What were you... Can I just see this? Idiot. Yeah. It's best not to fight back or just attack the police or the law enforcement. So the Department of Homeland Security, Tricia McLaughlin, has now said, we have a statement, that an ICE officer, fearing for his life and the lives of his fellow law enforcement and the safety of the public, fired defensive shots. He used his training and saved his own life and that of his fellow officers. The alleged perpetrator was hit and is deceased. The ICE officers who were hurt are expected to make full recoveries. This is a direct consequence of constant attacks and demonization of our officers by sanctuary politicians, these are the Democrats like Waltz and Fry, who fuel and encourage rampant assaults on our law enforcement. We now have breaking news that Kristi Noem has also released a statement. We're going to go to her shortly. Of course, the secretary, the DHS secretary. But this is the key point, by the way, because I'm going to show you yet another council member who is on the ground, and she's asking the ICE agents to leave instead of actually taking control of the situation. First, tear gas, pepper spray. That's how the police officers and the patrol of obviously patrol police had to defend themselves.
Get back! Right in the face! Get back! Fuck off! All on video!
You fucking kill someone else! Kill someone else!
They were throwing snowballs and everything else at the police. Move.
Go another way! Move! Go
Stop it! Why are they doing that? Stop putting yourself in front of the car, you weirdos. Well done, police. They're still hitting them with snowballs.
Get out of the way!
Pepper spray.
Chris, get out the way! Get out the way of the truck!
Just grab them.
Fuck you, go! Fuck you!
They're calling them National Socialists. Why are they not at work? It's Wednesday. It's afternoon. Wednesday. It's like late, early afternoon. Hang on. F around and find out, guys. Don't hit the police.
What are you doing? You're breaking families, bitch! You're breaking families, motherfucker! Get out of their way! Get out of it! Hey, let the vehicle leave! You guys are breaking families, man! You can't be doing that!
Well, don't attack the police.
Fuck off!
Stunning and brave. Why do they always have to cover their faces? Someone said I'm at 6:30. Just saw the video. Why are they saying National Socialists? Just go back to work or get a job. Also, throwing snowballs? Really? I knew their libtards are childish, but this is just embarrassing. But the council member, one of them came out quietly to speak to the crowd, apparently, and then she asked for calm, but she also asked for the ICE agents to leave. Let's go to her, and then we're going to go to the stupid Liberal mayor, Jacob Fry, and then we have a statement from Christine Ohm. Let's just quickly go to the council member.
Okay, back up into the sidewalk, please. Thank you so much. Yep, I know. And we're having a very nice conversation with you, but I don't want you to call in the street.
No, you're not. I asked you a simple question. I asked you why we're presenting. And this is so we can get the investigation started and get more updates.
There we go.
I'm just letting you know, most importantly, we want ICE to be gone from here.
She wants ICE to be gone.
And that is what we're trying to figure out from there. We are trying to figure out from there, but we cannot do that with ICE over here further escalating and being problematic after already shooting a civilian. So that is our most important piece. So you're right. We're getting updates. And we're trying to get MPD to get them up out of here. That's the best way that could be helpful right now. So I just want to relay that update. Yes.
Is the LROD gonna leave?
What?
Why is the LROD here now?
All right. Okay.
They're leaving?
Let's just leave it. Yeah, we are trying to get those folks leaving.
Is she Somalian by any chance? The one with the headscarf? She looks Somalian.
About what's happening. Thank you so much.
Thanks for keeping us updated.
Okay, let's go.
No eyes.
She was Somalian. Oh yeah. Insane people, right? Now we're going to go to the Liberal mayor, Jacob Fry, who thinks he's alpha male. I can assure you, Jacob is not alpha male. He just did the press conference, and very strongly, he told ICE to get the F out of Minneapolis. Get the F out of Minneapolis. Let's go to Little Jacob.
There's little I can say, again, that'll make this situation better, but I do have a message for our community, for our city, and I have a message for ICE. To ICE, get the fuck out of Minneapolis.
Stunning and brave, Jacob. Stunning and brave. Okay, if you're going to play that game, you can, but you're going to get into big trouble. We're going to go quickly to the Secretary of DHS, the Homeland Security, quickly. She's just mentioned about the attack and, of course, the fight back from the authorities. Obviously, she's not there right now, but let's quickly go. If we have this ready, yeah, I think it's coming now. Stay with us, guys. Yeah. Let's go to the Secretary of Homeland and Security.
It was an act of domestic terrorism. What happened, it was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him. And my understanding is that she was hit and is deceased. We're continuing to gather more information, but this goes to show the assaults that our ICE officers and our law enforcement are under every single day. These vehicle rammings are domestic acts of terrorism. We're working with the Department of Justice to prosecute them as such. We will continue to protect our ICE officers and in cooperation with other law enforcement agencies as well.
Just realized I was on mute. The Secretary of Homeland Security, of course, is absolutely spot on. And the mayor of Minneapolis once again proved that he is essentially a big problem, not just for Minneapolis, not just for Minnesota, but for the United States of America. He's trying to out Gavin Newsom basically. He's trying to be worse than Gavin, which is quite impressive. So yes, the Secretary of Homeland Security has now called this, the car ramming and the attack on the ICE agents, an act of domestic terrorism. And there is already a lot of reaction to this. Somebody, Scott, says, I live in Minnesota and I want ICE here. Good. These fools protesting in no way represents any of us who have lived here longer than these people have been alive, immature, uninformed, immoral protesters. Let's not forget, a lot of people that you see in Minnesota, in California, in New York, those who cause trouble many times that we've seen, and also those who voted for Mamdani, for example, they are not your original New Yorkers. They haven't been in Minnesota for a long time. They haven't been in California. A lot of them are outsiders. They could be domestic outsiders from different states. They could also be just international outsiders like the Somalians. The original old school New Yorkers, look at the actual survey after the recent New York City mayoral elections. You can see that the original old school New Yorkers who've been in New York for decades and decades, they did not vote for Mamdani. It was all the new generations who've been going to New York City, and they are outsiders, and a lot of them just only been there for like 10 minutes. They are the ones who are doing this. They are the ones who are also voting for people like Jacob Fry. And this is the problem. Now, let's get some more reaction here. SLM, Somalia Lives Matter. The American taxpayers, their money matters too, and their safety. Let's not forget. The anti-intellectual nature of a modern liberalism is an indictment of the so-called educated class liberals think they are. Good God. Yeah, well, they've also destroyed the concept of classical liberalism, which was supposed to be about liberty and, well, an element of intellectuality, but not to the point where you're telling people, you're looking down on people and telling people that they're stupid and you know better than them. Love the police there, Nina says. Not like our so-called police in the UK. Happy and peaceful New Year to all. Thank you, Nina. And Carter says, it's time to arrest GS and Son and AS for this. The great philosopher Vinnie Jones said, never underestimate the predictability of stupidity. That's so true. That's basically right now the liberal left in America. Will someone please remind the anti-ICE whiners that screaming Nazi no longer works? Minnesota's whining falls on deaf ears from everyone who's paid attention to her last couple of weeks. They don't get it. I mean, again, look at Gavin Newsom in California. He's been going around pretending that he's now open-minded. On his podcast, he keeps interviewing people from the political right, the conservative side, and during the interview, he has nice conversations and says, "Oh, that's a very good point. That's a very good. I'm very open-minded." But then he goes back to the office and does the exact opposite. But this is just grifting. They are manipulating everybody because he wants to run for president. That's why. Joshua says they do have jobs. They are Reddit moderators. That's true though. Someone else said they are at work. Some are paid protesters. The signs are one giveaway. Some have wear something orange. So that's the thing. So these are professional career protesters, as we call them as well. And you can tell by the fact that a lot of faces are the same faces who end up everywhere. They could be in Portland tomorrow. They could be in Los Angeles the next day, and Chicago, for example. So that's one. Two, the signs, placards, flags, everything you see, coordinated. They all look exactly the same. They're all being funded by the same groups behind the scenes. So yes, Jacob Fry could become Maduro's cellmate. Imagine. Brilliant. Do it. The thing is, he's going to get to that point, just like Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is going to withdraw, slowly withdrawn from his direct battle with President Trump, because he's realized if he actually decides to intervene in federal matters, well, he's going to be in trouble. Same with Mamdani. Mamdani, during the election campaign, he was saying, I will basically bring out the tanks and fight against the federal agents. So far, he's a paper tiger. I know he's only been mayor for like 10 minutes, but I don't think this man is going to be able to stand up to the federal government because he can't. This is a federal matter. There are problems with illegal aliens, with foreign criminals. Go away. None of your business. If you can't sort out your state, it's the job of the federal government. You know who says that? The Constitution of the United States of America. Idiots. Now, someone says, I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It was never like this. I know. Everywhere's changing. It's interesting because Colorado is changing massively. And about 10 years ago, for some reason, I was just looking around and I really wanted to move to Colorado. Not anymore. So Colorado's down badly. ICE are doing a great job. If you're not legally in the US, ICE, on behalf of DHS, can remove you. And LeBel says, surprised that Ice Baby hasn't topped the charts. It did for a while though, a few months ago, because of this, by the way, because the President Trump started using the song in the videos. What makes me angry is that somebody has died because of this organized stupidity. These people are playing a dangerous game with no winner. It is stupid, it is dangerous, and they don't get it. After that woman who attacked the ICE agents and then got killed, what do you think they're doing? Instead of behaving, they're once again attacking the ICE agents and the border patrol and the local police. What is wrong with you? I know they don't think, but this is just on a whole new level of being stupid. It just makes you angry. I am in California and cartels. Fraud is also rampant here. Free everything for illegals. And we suffer like Minnesota. Los Angeles is overrun with Mexican gangs and drugs. Yes, because Gavin doesn't care and your mayor doesn't care. That's the problem. Now, speaking of chaos, of course, we will come back shortly after this with the latest updates from Iran as well. There is a lot happening on the ground. The regime, I can now confidently say that the Islamic Republic is now actually falling. It's been falling, but I could say it's basically fallen right now. This is the end. Tomorrow and Friday are going to be extremely crucial, not just because, oh, tomorrow and Friday is going to be more uprising. No. Tomorrow and Friday, especially Friday, there are key dates. Big things are about to happen, and you will see literally on this channel live. And of course, for now, you can support the channel if you want to support the channel. If you don't want to, then you don't have to. But if you want to support the channel but also get something out of it, you can now use the promo code Iran to get 50% off annual memberships of Tousi TV Plus. Tousi TV Plus can be accessed by going directly on Tousi.tv, our independent website. This is our streaming platform where you get access to our documentaries, original series, podcasts, interviews, and our chat forum. And of course, you can also download the Tousi TV app from your app stores, but you can only use the promo code on the website, not on the app. So go on the website, use the promo code Iran, get 50% off, limited offer. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Maya Tousi. We're going to come back shortly and to talk about what's going on in Iran. And guess what? We are the media.